Hi, my name is Tomasz and you're watching Casual DIY channel. In today's video, I'm going to be making something very essential if you've got a garden. A 5-star hotel for the best helpers in the garden, bees. Check out the video. Few things we're gonna need for this project. I've got some acorns, I've got some bamboo sticks, obviously some logs and pieces of old timber I found in my garage. But first of all, we need to build the whole frame. After that, we'll start filling it up.
Alright then, so in my case I'm using 3rd grade pine. I tell you what, it's not a nice piece of timber. It's a little bit warped, it's a little bit, bendy here and there, but for this project it will do absolutely fine. You don't really need anything fancy for this. Although if your wallet allows it, go for cedar or maybe Siberian larch. Now I'm just sanding all the pieces I cut with my miter saw just to remove any splinters or any dirt, anything like that. So don't go too wild with it. And now we're gonna put everything together, at least the main box to start with. I'm actually just using screws for the main body. So as you can see, I'm just pre-drilling some holes and then driving in the screws. And then I just continue with the process until all the 4 pieces of timber are connected together. And now as you can see, I'm just adding 2 shelves. If you want the cut list, that will be available, just a quick one, in the description of this video, so you can head over there and check out the dimensions I've used for this particular project. But as you can see, the process is that simple, and there you go, that's the main body of our hotel. Now it's time for the roof, if you can call it like that. In this case, I'm actually adding some wood glue. It's moisture resistant, so hopefully it will add that a little bit more protection on the joint itself. And as before, I'm adding some screws to put everything together and make a nice and strong connection. And that's how it's going to look like. That's the back side. I'm just using whatever I've got in my workshop. In this case, it's 6mm ply as the back itself. So I've got basically 2 pieces of it, so I need to make the best use out of it. You can use whatever you've got really. You can actually use the boards that you use to build the main body. However, I had 2 of those pieces lying about in my workshop, so I thought to myself they will be absolutely perfect as the back for this hotel. And as you can see, I'm just pre-drilled some holes, attached it to the roof of the hotel first. Now I'm just going to mark it where the top of that box is. That will give me an indication where I need to cut off that plywood, so I've got a nice straight edge on it. And with that, I'm gonna head over to my workbench and tell you what, a bit of elbow grease, and I'm just gonna cut it off with a normal handsaw. To be fair, the whole project can be tackled with a handsaw. You don't need any fancy tools for this project at all. Now the plywood itself, on one side it had some sort of a finish on it. I probably would imagine clear varnish, so I'm just sanding it off, taking it off, so there is no residue on the plywood at all. Now I'm just continuing with attaching the back on this hotel, the top that we already did. And in a second I'm just going to attach the other half, the bottom half. Again, same process, pre-drill it and drive in some screws. Now it's time to figure out what we're going to put inside of the hotel itself. I had some beams lying about in my workshop, so I'm just cutting them to the right sizes. The dimension of this hotel, the depth of it is about 16 centimeters, so everything else that will go inside needs to be probably about 14 centimeters. That will leave that 2 centimeter gap, basically a safety feature for whatever bugs there will be living in that hotel. So I mentioned before as well, I've got some logs I'm cutting to the right sizes. So yeah, hopefully they will make a nice house or hotel for some bees. I'm also going to be using some bamboo. It's absolutely perfect for this project, but please bear in mind that you need to cut it in a way that one of the ends of these bamboo sticks is actually blocked. Okay, so it's not hollow, it's blocked. And as you look at the bamboo stick, they do have those joints, and just cut it on those joints and one end will be blocked. So that's what I'm doing right now on my bandsaw. Now I'm just adding a sealer to the whole project, but only to the outside. The inside needs to remain raw, no finishes, no varnishes, no sealers, no nothing. So I'm just applying that to the outside. As you can see, it's in black. It's exactly the same sealer I've used for my raised beds. So hopefully it will give a bit of protection from the outer elements. But hey, time will tell how that will go. And there you go. I have to say, it does look pretty smart. I'm really pleased how it turned out. So it's time to fill it up. All the logs and the beams you need to pre-drill. I'm using 8mm drill bit and 6mm drill bit. Allegedly that's the recommended sizes for these holes, between 6 and 8mm. And yes, there was a lot of drilling. As mentioned before, make sure not to drill through. There needs to be an end to all those channels. Okay then, let's whack everything in and see how it looks like. Now my project is heavily focused on bees because that's what I want to attract to my vegetable garden, and that's what I need. So, in your case, you may try different fillings for your hotel to attract different bugs or whatever else you need in your garden. Now, the best places for these hotels for bees or bugs are obviously as close as possible to your vegetable gardens or any other type of garden you may have. So, the plants will actually attract the bees to this hotel, and, it will help you grow your vegetables or anything else in your garden. Also try to put it in a place that's a little bit more quiet, and it's not windy, and there won't be any people or animals walking by it all the time. You also need to place it off the ground so it's not coming in touch with the soil itself, otherwise it will just rot a lot quicker. So I'm putting mine on 2 bricks that you'll see a little bit later on. Also, I'm going to attach 2 hooks at the back of this so I can secure it to the fence of my garden. Other than that, I'll suggest using something else to secure it so it doesn't tip over. Attach it to the bricks or anything else that you're going to use that as a stand for it. But yeah, I'm going to secure mine to the fence I've got in my garden. As you can see, I'm just adding this metal net at the front of it. Basically, that's to prevent any birds or other animals, from helping themselves and eating my lovely bees or anything else that will be living in there.
And there you go, guys. Basically, the hotel is now ready. However, I'm not too sure about the metal net I've got. I think the openings may be a little bit too big. I have to see how it goes. Maybe I'll add another one on top of it just to reduce the sizes of those holes. But yes, I will observe and see how it all works. But yeah, this is now ready to go outside, and I'm gonna set it up, and I've got one more tip for you, but that's outside. However, if you've got any tips, any good information you can share with me and with the rest of the community, use the comment section down below to add your comments and your ideas. What else you can fill this up. For me, the most important thing I want are the bees for my vegetable garden. However, you know, this is not set in stone. Next year I can change it, add something else. So please use the comment section to give your ideas and your solutions. But let's move this outside and see how that all looks like.
And here it is. As you can see, it's standing on 2 bricks. And the pro tip, make sure there's some water next to it, okay? Bees and other animals, they need to drink. Make sure that is available to them. That's the pro tip.
At the minute, as you can see, everything is growing. I've got some salads over here, tomatoes, really nice, and lots more. Right then, thank you very much for watching. Till next time, take care.